In this video, we're going to talk about connect to self and connect to other. I think this is a sort of under-focused on area of circling that is actually really important. And it took me a long time to actually really understand what connect to self and connect to other is. What is it for? Now, I originally sort of had this sense like, oh, circling is about being with, so let's just be with this experience, and I'm not going to try and induce some kind of state or sort of try to not impact the participants as much as possible. Now I do it a little differently, actually, because if we're setting context as one piece, and then connect to self and connect to other is the context of the circle in sort of a more bottom-up way, right? We're like priming people's brains for connection to self and the connection to other. Now, Decker Kunov, who's one of the founding members of Circling, describes circling as connect to self, connect to other, we've shared reality, and then begin again, right? So we're priming people for this process. So how I do this now is that I have people connect inward first, and you can watch the Welcome Everything video, which is actually one of the ways that I do a connect to self is I introduce that agreement more experientially as a connect to self instead of sort of talking about it, which I find less effective. Now you can also have other connect to selves, but the idea is, can I practice anchoring inside me in the here and now? Can I become more aware of what's happening in me, in my sensations, in my emotions, in my thoughts, and what I'm thinking and believing? Now, in T group, when I facilitate a T group, I leave them pretty much there so that we stay really close with our own experience. But in a circle, it's really important. If I leave someone there, they're actually going to stay in a more introverted state and be less kind of primed or open for connection, that interpersonal, relational level of connection. So when we get to the connect to self, the way I like to do this, and there's no right way, but this is one way that you can try, is I have each person make eye contact with each other person for a breath, right? And during that breath, I invite them to acknowledge the world behind those eyes, the humanity, the hopes, the dreams, the pain, the loss, the grief, right? That there's a whole world behind that gaze that you're sharing. And in doing this, inviting in that curiosity, that openness, that shared humanity that exists between all of us, that's available, should we choose to connect to it, to notice. We all carry a wounded child. We all carry joys and pains. And can we connect to that to prime us for this experience that's circling, such that we can prep ourselves for an experience that's not just a conversation, right? It's something more than that. It's circling.